tearing out pieces of me to replace the broken pieces of you. Tearing out.
Hello, wealthy family, and welcome to today's Mindset Monday. Thank you so much for coming and sharing some time with me. I love and appreciate you all. Sorry if it's loud, if it's rumbling, and you hear kids screaming because it just stopped raining. The kids in my neighborhood are deciding to play in the puddle, and it's still thundering and lightning, so every now and then they scream. Why that's happening, I don't know. But here we are today. So, today we are going to talk about your name. What is in a name? What goes along with your name, right? It's something that you're called by your every single day of your life, okay? Is what's given to you at your birth, and everything has significance. Nothing comes by coincidence, and that includes your name. So, understand that every aspect of your life, the many different avenues of your life, has been forged by you, by your spirit in the astral plane before you incarnated here. Babies that get miscarried plan to have that experience. Their parents wanted to have that experience before they even incarnated. Babies that, not now, let me clarify, it's not everybody, okay? But there are some energies that want to go through that experience. There are some energies that say, okay, there's a possibility I may get aborted, but I hope to make it through. There's a possibility that I may have a horrible disease. There's a possibility that I'll be born perfect and healthy and have a long, thriving life, okay? I mean, it's all there. I just want you all to understand that. So your name, the thing that's going to hold the vibration of you your entire life, is the same. I know your parents are like, oh, we just gave you this name, but that's not the case. Your spirit gave the idea to your parents if they were receptive of it. If not, then they happened to find it online, or someone gave them idea, or they picked a name out of a hat, okay? Or they just decided to carry on a family tradition of using this particular name, okay? It's not a coincidence. You are named what you are named. Some people hate their name. Some people love their name. Some people's like, oh, this is so fitting. Some people's like, my name is Sarah, and they're like, you look like a Sarah. Some people's like, I'm a Karen. Oh, you look like a Karen. You have a Ken. Oh, you look like a Ken. You have a Tom. You're like, no, you don't look like a Tom, right? It doesn't matter what other people think. You chose your name because the vibration that your name holds is what you wanted to carry on through your life, or at least for a particular time, because there's some people that change their name, and we'll get into that later on. But back in the days, and even sometimes now, some people take their time in naming their children. They waited months, or days, months, weeks after their baby was born before they named it, because they wanted to get in tune with that child's vibration. Sometimes in certain tribes, they would go through another naming process. When the child could walk and start talk and start to exhibit certain things, the elders would say, okay, we need to go through another naming process. This one shows promise of the arts. We're going to name him something that is significant with the arts. Sorry, love bugs. They would say, okay, this child is a good hunter. We're going to name them something that goes with the hunter vibration. This person is very beautiful. We're going to give them the name of beauty. Okay, they would go through and change, and then again as an adult they would go through different things. So there's different cycles and different periods. That's why when you go through your awakening and you're remembering, it's good for you to go through a renaming process of yourself. What do you call yourself? Your screen name is you renaming yourself. You're like, I can't hold this energy. I can't just be on this screen as XYZ. I'm going to rename myself. Sometimes you do feel good, right? If your name is Tom Jones and you're like, I feel good with the name Tom Jones, right? I'm just going to rock with that. That's fine too. But sometimes we go through a different renaming process, and your screen name is an example of that. Your username. Also, your nickname, what you call yourself. Okay, and I'm not saying if you be like, bitch, you look good, bitch, you did a good job, nigga, you this, nigga, you that, all right, God, all right, King, not that, what you call yourself, hyping yourself up, but sometimes what you call yourself in your head. For a long time, I used to call myself Nelly. Hey, all right, Nell. All right, Nelly, you look good. Okay, for a very long time, I was like, all right, Nelly, you on point today, or you bouncing today, right? I used to call myself Smiley because people used to call me Smiley a lot. I adapted that. That's when I was in my teens. And I'm like, all right, Smiley, you popping the teeth right today, okay? Right? That's what I would do to kind of hype myself up. I adapted and I changed and I transformed. And now, I am the goddess. That's how I address myself. Yes, goddess. You is popping. Your energy is fluent. You are vibrant today. You are out here creating God shit. Like, that's how I address myself. So, going through this renaming process or just the name process is all about the vibration that you hold. That's quite literally what the word name is derived from. It's pulled, the English language is not original. It pulls from many different languages. But depending on what era and decade it is, it has Latin, Greek, and Hebrew connotations and roots to it. But they all mean the same thing. That which your reputation is staked on, that in which you respond to, that in which you call yourself. That's why a lot of these questions, security questions, they're like, what's your mother's maiden name? Because your mother's maiden name, her original innocent vibration before she was no longer a maiden, not to say that she was single, but before she took on the womanhood of raising a family, having children, things of that nature, that's what was called a maiden or a virgin. And that name, that maiden name holds strong magical vibration. Once I learned that, I stopped using that as one of my security questions because they can attach that. That's the innocent. They can use that. That algorithm, that AI, they use that. Stop giving out your mother's maiden name. Okay? Hold that. That's for you. So when you look about the reputation that your name is stuck with, especially if you're a junior, or a third, sometimes you feel the pressure. Oh, I have to live up to XYZ. This is how they live. This is what they did. I have to live up to them. And sometimes that's a lot of pressure. But understand, it's the vibration of the name that comes with it, but you are still your own person. So if you are a junior or a third or the fourth or the fifth, allow yourself to have the energy and the power of those that came before you, but don't feel that you have to walk down the same path as them. Sometimes there's a lot of traditions. They're like, okay, well, traditionally, we did this as a family. You don't have to follow that. Even though the name, the pressure that comes along with it, you don't have to follow with that. You can allow yourself to branch off and be a different person. The first family that I saw doing that was the Hiltons. They have all the hotel business, but Paris was like, I'm on something else. Then her little sister followed, then, the story, right? I'm not saying you got to go be them, but they said, let me be me. Let me live what I'm doing. Let me be who I want to be and come into my own terms. I'm not going to be bound by this name. And there's times when people's names carry a stereotype. Like my eldest daughter's name is very unique, but her mother wanted to use a combination to honor my husband. Her father wanted to honor that, and it came up with a very unique name. I think the name is unique and cute, but she doesn't like it, and she goes by something different, and that's fine. Condoleezza Rice, for a long time, she had to learn to love her name, but it was very unique, right? It came with a different vibration. So even if you don't like your name, look into what the meaning of it is. Also, break down the numerology. My name, Chanel, has 8 letters. That's not a coincidence. And the vibrational number that it adds up to, right, when you add up every letter in the name, it fits me. It suits me. And when I am doing certain things professionally and I'm have to put on that energy of Chanel, I rock that. But when I can, I move in the energy of ascending infinite goddess. Ascending infinite goddess is also who I am. And I'll take on that vibration when I'm doing certain things. But when I have to present myself, other words, Chanel is okay. You understand? So don't allow your name to become a burden. Realize, research, dive into Sort out what vibration is being held by your name and allow that to propel you, not stifle you. Don't be ashamed of your name. And if your name changes over a course and period of time, that's okay, because you are still a fluid, infinite being. And that was all written into the many paths that you can take in this life as well. Your soul agreed to come here for a certain experience, and you planned certain things out. You said, okay, if I don't get married at 28, I can get married again at 32. If I miss the 32, I'm gonna get married again at 35. I want to have 3 children. This is what my soul contract agreed to. But if my life here on earth turns differently, if I take one of those paths, I may end up with no children. Do you understand? You still have free will. It's not all predestined, but everything is laid out in many different pathways. You can say, I'm going to go left. If I go left, I'll become a billionaire. If I go right, I'll just become a millionaire. And that's okay. There's people that come here for many different reasons, but your name holds that vibration. When you're looking to manifest certain things, when you were in the church and they would say, in Jesus' name, and put that signature of amen that they stole from Amun-Ra. When they do that, they're setting these manifestations, these desires up in this man Jesus's name, in this context. But when you say, I come to do this in the name of my Father, right? Remember in these old shows they would say, like, I'm here, the fourth of the Father, and he's the ruler and conqueror of this and that, right? The queen who just died, they were like, we're coming to colonize this area in the name of Queen Elizabeth, right? We're doing this for her. We're raping and killing and colonizing you in her name, right? Giving that power to that entity, to that energy, okay? So understand, a name holds a lot, and it is not a coincidence that you are named what you are, that you call yourself what you do, that your screen name is significant. You can have nothing in your life. You can recognize nothing in your life if you are not a vibrational match to that thing. So if your name means greatness, that's what you are. If you are a junior, second, third, fourth, fifth of a generation, you are there to help heal and continue the legacy. There's so many different things that you can do with a name. Now, I want to go ahead and jump, and that's all that I have for that. I want to go ahead and jump into the winners of our 888 giveaway. I appreciate you all for entering, and as suspected, although I was doing 8 winners, I didn't even have 8 people entered. So everyone who entered won. So, reminder of the prizes, you can choose from $28 payable Cash App, PayPal, or Zelle. You can have a goodie bag with crystals that I charged up under the full moon, a candle, and incense. Or you can choose from my services, any one of my services on my website. Chakra balancing, mental healing, or angel oracle services on love specifically, or general, which covers everything, or even the black moon astrology. Okay, so as I read your name, please know that I wrote down everyone in the order in which they commented. Okay, so if you commented first, your name went down first. But if you didn't get all the questions right, that doesn't mean that you're automatically won. Okay, those who answered all correctly first, then you were the first place, then second place, then third, and so on and so on. Okay, as I call you out, the majority of you all, I know who you are. If I'm unfamiliar with you, please email me at ascendinginfinitegoddess@gmail.com with your screen name. Okay, that way, and the email that you used on my website, because you got to be subscribed to my website too, so I can communicate with you. But all of my winners, please email me ascendinginfinitegoddess@gmail.com with your 3 choices. I'm not saying you're going to get all 3 prizes, but if you are third and the first 2 people want what you have and you don't give me a second option and a third option, you get nothing. Okay, so please email me your top 3. So for example, you would email ascendinginfinitegoddess@gmail.com. Hi goddess, this is Chanel Knowles. Thank you for this contest. I'm so happy I won. My first choice is a chakra balancing session. My third choice is a mental healing session. My third choice would be a cash giveaway. Here is my Zelle information. And then I will respond and I'll go from there. Okay? So that's how we do the format. Now, for the winners. Hello, wealthy family. For whatever reason, my SD card cut all the winners off. I don't know what happened. And then I tried to record twice and it didn't take. That's Mercury retrograde fucking with me. So let's go ahead and go again. Now, remember, I wrote everyone's name down in the order in which they responded, but it's based on how many questions you got correct. So first place goes to Jackie. She was the first one who responded with all 8 answers correct. Second place is Gregory D963 with all 8 answers. Okay, it happened again. Third place is Always. She answered 7 correct and did the bonus, so she got a leg up on everyone. Fourth place, S. Lindsay with 7 correct. Fifth place is Yali with 7 correct. And sixth place is Code Knox with 6 correct. Congratulations, everyone. Be sure to send me the email. Thank you for rocking out with me. And until we connect again, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love. Peace.